Why does narcissistic abuse cause us to question ourselves? Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. To all the returning subscribers, thank you very much for your support. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw and this channel is all about the narcissistic personality disorder. This video is about why we end up full of self-doubt and questioning who we are and what we've done within and after a narcissistic relationship. Narcissistic abuse has so many layers to it. Ultimately, the narcissist uses many manipulative methods to gaslight us into losing who we are and feeling as though we've turned into them. Often at that point, they walk on us as they don't want to mirror their toxic side that they projected into us. Often while once out, the fog lifts, we begin to find ourselves. The narcissist then reappears for the hoover to take us down again. Narcissists aim to control those around them by whatever means possible for that narcissist, to charm others so they can exploit others, to set the environment so we become emotional, and then they'll ask, why are you in a mood? Why are you always so emotional? They'll stir up feelings of jealousy and then say, you're jealous. They'll promise you something to then say, I never said that. Cause intrigue. Then when you ask them, they'll say, I'm not dancing to your tune. Drive you into the depths of despair and then say, you're crazy. As the environment they set matches how you feel, the things they say, we begin to dismiss their actions and work harder to fix our behaviour, our thoughts, our feelings. Things may change when the narcissist offers those intermittent reinforcements of play nice. However, it never lasts, and as we don't recognise the root cause of our pain to be that of the narcissist, we continue to live in pain, trying our best to please them while they continue to do their worst and hurt us. We end up feeling like we're going crazy, full of self-doubt, believing we're not even worth those crumbs of hope a narcissist offers, where even making a simple decision becomes painful within. Cognitive dissonance is a state of having different thoughts, feelings, beliefs, realities, or attitudes as our true self is brought into question time and time again by the narcissist, while the narcissist conditions us through their projection that we are not who we once believed ourselves to be. It's a very confusing place to be. And if you were raised by narcissistic parents also, we accept behaviour from our partners, from our friends, from our co-workers as normal, that we should never have accepted as normal. When we have narcissistic parents, it's incredibly easy to make excuses for other people's behaviour or treatment of us, not realising that our parents' treatment of us was in the wrong. So with cognitive dissonance, we have things like belief disinformation, where your beliefs are being contradicted as the narcissist leads you to believe one story in the beginning. They love bomb, they idolise the future, they mirror who we are. They are a con artist, selling us our dreams to then deliver us another reality of nightmares that contradicts the first reality and the person they led us to believe in. And with those intermittent reinforcements of the first story causing psychological and mental stress within our mind that releases cortisol, which is addictive within itself to help us through those stressful periods. The intermittent reinforcement, when they play nice, releases that dopamine, so we become chemically and emotionally addicted to the narcissist. So to reduce the mental stress of the reality of the painful reality, our mind often chooses to believe the less mentally stressful idea to relieve ourselves of the pain of the thoughts leading us to downplay their abusive behaviour, which of course is helped by the narcissist's carefully chosen blame-shifting words and gaslighting words of, it wasn't that bad. it was your fault. That never happened. It didn't happen that way. You made me do it, and the rest. So often we play down their behaviour by saying things like, it doesn't happen that often. It's not that bad. And as we seek moral support, understanding and validation from the very person we don't see is persuading us that our reality isn't real, we don't change our beliefs to the truth of the situation. Our mind unwittingly sticks to our original belief through the idealization stage, the love bombing stage, which gives us that brain fog. When you can see something yet you cannot believe it to be true or really see it, as we are gaslighted to see the good within the narcissist and the toxic of the narcissist within ourselves, as a narcissist is continually setting the environment, so we unwittingly play straight into their hands. We can see the reality that they're setting the environment to lead us into believing in. It becomes increasingly difficult to see the truth of the situation that we are in. Induced compliance or forced compliance. After a narcissist performs dissonant behaviour towards us, which is basically after they lie to us on a continued basis, they find ways through manipulative words to get us to agree to their way of thinking, their reality and their truths, whether that's through punishing us in some way or those intermittent reinforcements. They coercively control us to believe in their truth, even though these are not factual. As the narcissist doesn't want to recognise their toxic behaviour, accept responsibility for their own behaviour, they lack the empathy to be remorseful for their behaviour. They don't want to repair any damage caused, as they've projected the fault and the blame onto us. So with a narcissist projection to themselves, they believe that we are at fault, so they themselves don't think they are accountable. As they are projecting the toxic side of themselves onto us or into us, they then see that side of themselves, so they don't like that within us. They gaslight you psychologically through words, actions, and sometimes some will even move items for their own self-justification. So even when you know they said or did something, they will twist it all around, leaving you getting more and more confused. They will tell you or show you an example of when they treated you right. They will intimidate you, threaten you, financially control you, and they will use so many manipulative tactics, so you are forced to comply with their ways of thinking, as your mind believes this will cause you less pain. When they go through the passive aggressive behaviours of the silent treatments and the sulks, it causes us pain, so our mind does what we can to avoid those situations in the first place. Nobody likes pain, either from the past of those hurtful actions or their behaviour towards you, fear of reactions. These often lead you to walking on eggshells around them, forcing you to behave how the narcissist wants you to behave, or while you don't see what's truly happening to you. We continue to look for the good in them as they've mirrored us in the love bombing stage. They've reflected ourselves back to us. However, somewhere we lose seeing that within ourselves, yet still try to see it within them. They will create that environment to cause us pain. Then they blame us for the pain that we are in, even though they caused that pain. Forbidden behaviour. The severity of the threat on the devaluation of the forbidden behaviour. With some narcissistic people, this can be down to when and where you sleep, who you go out with, when you go out, where you go out to, if you work, where you work, when you work, what you wear, how long your hair is, the colour of your hair, when you have sex together, when you answer your phone, when you send messages, So it can be down to everything about who you are, what you do and what you say. So when you've been programmed to know you'll get punishment from the sulks, the silent treatments, arguments, never-ending cornering questions, threats and all the other manipulation tactics they use to cause mental pain and negative emotions when they're setting that environment, they get you to unwittingly conform to their ways of living and their ways of acting, behaving and thinking. It stops you from being true to who you indeed are and what you genuinely want to do with your life for fear of consequences to your actions of living a free life and how you should be able to live your life. You are entitled to live a free life, but from those fear of reactions from a narcissist, we begin to fawn to their ways. The more we fawn thinking we're protecting ourselves by dressing how they want, the more we lose who we are to them, the easier it becomes for them to control us. They can make you feel guilty for visiting family or going out with some mates, so you slowly no longer visit family, no longer go out with your mates, becoming isolated from support. Free choice changes in the desirability of your freedom of choice. This part is what makes it so difficult for people to walk free from a narcissistic relationship. The free choice aspect of the cognitive dissonance occurs when you are faced with a difficult decision, when there always appears to be an aspect of rejection or discomfort to whatever you choose. The double bind, the catch-22, where you are damned if you do and damned if you don't. So you might want to go out for you, yet you know the narcissist will make things incredibly difficult. They'll cause arguments and upsets, yet if you don't go out, you'll feel anger and frustration that you didn't get to do what you would like to do. Yet you know you'll get negative reactions if you go, and you know you'll not get negative reactions if you don't go. But you also know the narcissist might start saying, "Why don't you go? I think you should go." And then if you go and you come home, and they'll be sulking. So it's that catch-22 of you just not sure what to do. And when you decide enough is enough and you want out, yet if you stay, you believe you can help them and hope to get those good times back. However, you fear them and their negative behaviour towards you if you leave, and also the pain if you leave. The fear of the breakdown of a relationship, pride and ego damage to your own beliefs that you could make it work if only you. From the gaslighting words of the narcissist saying to you, "If only you." Feeling guilty for leaving them or in fear of what they might do, from the threats of "you'll pay if you leave" or "I'll make you wish" or "you'll never see the children again." Then if the narcissist was the one to leave you, you've got the thoughts of freedom, yet those thoughts of "no one else will love me, I'll be alone, I'll be lonely." Again, mostly from the toxic words the narcissist drilled into your mind so that your subconscious starts to believe them. So you might think you want them back to help comfort you from all this pain. Most often they are with someone new as they seek that excessive attention to cover their insecurities, to help with their smear campaign that they're okay and that you're the ones that cause the issues within the relationship. Again, this causes your thoughts to go into what was wrong with me, what's so special about the new. Social norms and judgment from others also play a part, worrying what others will think of you. When you don't open up with the right people, you're left with so many negative thoughts. The difficult choice between getting help and support and the effects it might have on you, or isolating yourself from the world. These thoughts can be resolved by changing the challenged beliefs. Getting out of the situation and away from the narcissist is an extremely difficult thing to do, yet it is possible. The longer you are away from them, the clearer your own mind becomes. Psychological dissonance slowly fades. Psychological conscience is restored, especially when you seek out moral support from those who have lived it, those who have an understanding of it, those who have at some point shared those same contradicted beliefs that you have, those that can validate your thoughts and your feelings so that your reality becomes restored, so that you know exactly what you've been through. Your future becomes much clearer and much brighter. Music can also help. Classical music especially can be the best. Any music you personally enjoy can be helpful, as well as things like exercise. When you make a choice for no contact or limited contact, if you cannot go no contact due to having children together or being cut off from healthy family members, the more you are away from a narcissist, the more your mind can start to think clearly. The trance they put you under slowly fades. The fog lifts. You can start to think and act for yourself again and do what's right for you and what makes you happy. The more you connect to those that have lived it and understand it, the more you can put reality back into your own mind. Yes, it might be painful at times, which is why it's always helpful to get support. But the sooner you start working on you, the sooner you'll find your inner happiness again. The more you learn about narcissistic behaviour and the effects it has on you, the less you'll ask, why are they doing this to me? And the more you'll understand that the narcissist personality disorder is the reason behind their behaviour. It is never to excuse their behaviour. When it comes to their smear campaigns and endless games of those narcissistic people, you just sometimes cannot seem to shake them off. The more you understand the behaviour, the more you'll see the pattern in their behaviour that they are doing to you, the more you'll be able to laugh at how unbelievable yet believable their behaviour is and their true nature is, and having a sense of humour truly helps you get through some of the situations they put you in. Some are extremely dangerous, so you need to put your safety first. Once we understand the patterns of behaviour behind someone with the narcissist personality disorder, the less it impacts on our life, the less it impacts on our emotions, the more we begin to understand that they're setting the environment and that behaviour is on them, not us. The more we come to realise, well, we never even knew them, let alone love them. It was all an illusion of mind trickery, and they, in one sense, sold us ourselves. We, in one way, with their mirroring and idolising of our dreams, we fell in love with ourselves. We fell in love with the dreams that we'd like to create for our future. And there's still many of ways we can recreate those dreams. But when we have the power in our own hands to attain those dreams, we can achieve it. When we pass power over to people that are not there for our best interest or their best, well, they are there for their best interest. When we pass that power over to people who are there to exploit us, we lose ourselves, we lose our dreams, we lose our hopes, we lose our hobbies, we lose our friends. When we hold on to our dreams and work hard to achieve them for ourselves, we manage to achieve those, and we can also then achieve those with the right people. The longer we move away from narcissistic people, the more we get control back of our mind, the more our thoughts and our feelings begin to settle down, the more we become in control of our own happiness and our own life. You can and you will find a safe way out from a narcissistic relationship and make life work for you again. And one of the easiest things to do is to start creating your boundaries by just asking yourself, if by saying yes to that person, am I saying no to myself? And if it's a no to yourself, it needs to be a no to the other person, and start slowly so that and understand that if they throw a tantrum because you said no, that's a good thing. You now know that that person is not for you or for your life. And when meeting people, if they want to talk all about you and get to know all about you and keep pushing and pushing and pushing for more secrets, that person isn't there to understand who you are as a person. This should be a two-way flow conversation. With a narcissist, they often want all the information from you in the beginning. Once they've got that information, all they do then is talk about themselves. So there needs to be that two-way conversation. Only tell people things that you feel comfortable in telling people, and ask them about themselves to strike up, to see what your similarities are, but also what your differences are, so that you don't get sucked back into the games of another toxic narcissistic relationship. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live a good life. You can and you will. I shall add in the description the video for how what a relationship with a narcissist is actually like, who you have to be in a relationship with a narcissist, and I'll add the video on limiting beliefs to help with the thought process. There's also, I am full for one-to-one coaching. There is a link to BetterHelp in the description. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope everyone has an amazing day. Bye.